What's up people, we are back with more of Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. In the previous video we finished our second playthrough, which resulted in the ending, The Limited Ocean of the Life, which was actually a really good one where pretty much everyone survived and Mari took care of the red Manten Aquarium and basically salvaged the whole situation. So that was a pretty good ending in my opinion, but there are two more left for us to find. And yeah, I already sort of know where I'm gonna start looking, so yeah, let's just start doing that right away. So I guess this is sort of our third playthrough, although we're not really starting all the way from the beginning. We're starting at a point which I thought to be the most important choice in the entire second playthrough basically, which was either to go with Kenji-san and save Himeno or to stay here with Sayo. We decided to go with Kenji in the previous playthrough, so in this one we're actually gonna stay with Sayo and see what happens then. I'm going to stay here with this girl. She said she was fine by herself, but I want to be her friend. You just met her today, and you don't even know her name, right? Kenji-san, didn't I just meet you today as well? Even so, you saved me. I think it's the same feeling I'm having now. It's not. Kenji-san murmurs this and immediately continues. Oh, we know what you're up to, Kenji. I don't trust you anymore. I get it, Mayu-chan. If your determination is true, then I won't say anything further. Thank you very much. You can go ahead and think of me as cruel, but I also. There's no need to say anything else. You've come here numerous times just to stay alive, Kenji-san. I can't allow your efforts to be for nothing just because you were looking after me. Please, at least let me tell you my selfish hope. Hope? That the three of us absolutely will escape together. I'm definitely coming next month too. This won't be the end of our relationship. What relationship are you talking about, Kenji? I have no relationship with you. I just went a different route this time. If you ever need me, don't be afraid to rely on me. Yeah, so you can lure us back here, huh? Kenji-san. I mean, playing this makes it so much different regarding considering everything that we know about Kenji now from our second playthrough, so yeah. Oh, fuck you, Kenji. That's all I'm saying. Kenji-san, you really are kind after all. Don't fall for it, Mayumi. I'm alright. I'm not staying behind to die. I'm staying behind to save her. Don't lose that resolve. I definitely won't. And so, Kenji-san puts the Fish of the World booth behind him. Without looking back, he heads for the exit at a quick pace. I think his lack of attention is Kenji-san's own way of showing his concern. Wait for me, Himeno. Mari? Okay, so Kenji leaves alone. He doesn't even take Himeno with him. What the hell? So okay, then we're here with Sayo, and I think we're gonna try and save Himeno then as well. I clasp the hand of the girl on the ground. The moment of upheaval behind us has been clearly separated from the destiny that lies ahead. It isn't that I chose to stay here because I don't care about what happens to Himeno. I remember the emotions I felt when I saved this girl in the underground tunnel. If I abandon someone right before my eyes who is in trouble, Himeno will be mad at me. Kenji-san didn't say I should abandon the girl to save Himeno, but in reality, there is no difference. Abandoning the girl is what that means. Even if I did save Himeno, if she heard I did such a thing, she would definitely be angry. Wow. Looking at this back and knowing what has happened before, of course, Mayu really knows Himeno really well. Himeno can surely make such weighty decisions for herself. It's a thin line between that and cruelty. That's why Himeno wouldn't want me burdened with such a choice. I'm different from Himeno. I'm not as decisive as she is. We may argue, but if I'm honest, when looking into my own heart, this is why Himeno and I are friends. However, once I make a decision, I stick with it and believe in it. I said I wanted to save her, because I felt that I wanted to be her friend. Upon giving those words voice, I can feel that they have power. I sit next to the girl in a comfortable position. On top of that, I haven't made up with Mari yet. Mari is definitely here inside this red Manten Aquarium. I can sense that if I don't solve all of the mysteries here, I cannot return to a normal life. This is what the intuition rushing through me is telling me. My story. Ever since Mari went missing, each day seems to pass indistinctly. But each and every day, I sought out Mari, submitting police reports, having the police continue their investigation. It became a small piece of news, but as it was unrelated to cases of bizarre murderers and kidnappers, it quickly stopped being a topic of conversation. It was about the time I moved on to junior high. All of a sudden, my parents began to erase all traces of Mari. Speaking honestly, it wasn't a big deal. My parents just began to dispose of anything of Mari's left in the house. The kids' room the two of us used became a room for one. The square table with 4 chairs became a circular table for 3. It's not like it all happened at once, but to me, it felt so sudden. It's like I was an only child from the start. Those words were never said, but I always felt like I was hearing them. I had moved on to my 3rd year of junior high, 9th grade. Not even a trace of Mari's existence remained for my parents. That's so sad, but you gotta look at it from the perspective of the parents as well. Like, it would probably just hurt them so much every time they see something that reminds them of Mari. So if they really have no hope of her returning, then yeah, I'm not sure if it's the right choice to dispose of everything of your daughter's existence, but I can understand that it hurts to look at things that remind you of her, but it also feels sad to just completely ignore or like deny her Mari's ever been existent or whatever. Like, it's such a tough choice, and yeah, you don't know what you're gonna do unless you're in that situation yourself, right? You! Sayo is up. It was so sudden. I had been ruminating on the past and had been abruptly yanked back to the present. Having opened her eyes, the girl slowly sits up and looks at me. She is pressing on the injury on her head and seems to be in pain, but in her eyes shines a great strength. It seems I'm in debt to you once more. Stop calling it a debt or anything of the sort. I saved you because I wanted to, and I wasn't working alone. Huh? The girl continues to listen with a haughty attitude as I tell her about what happened with Kenji-san. I can't help but feel some admiration for someone like her, who is able to maintain her typical attitude even with such terrible injuries. The girl says nothing until I finish my story. I have a general idea of what you're saying. The girl slowly blinks her eyes once. After looking me in the eye, she turns away. Her cheeks have begun to turn red from the flow of blood. Right, at this point we don't even know her name yet. Although she normally speaks about everything so plainly, in a rare turn of events, she seems to be chewing the corners of her mouth, searching for what she wants to say. After she slowly blinks once more, she returns her gaze to meet mine. Oh, her voice is extremely soft. Huh? Unable to clearly make out what she said, I tilt my head. What did you say just now? Nothing. It wasn't important. I'm almost certain she said thank you. No, I'm curious, so tell me. Shut up. Enough with the pushiness. Aw, tell me. Facing the girl, who has fallen silent and averted her eyes from me, I continue to prompt her. She seems to be giving in. Her broad, pouty expression finally giving way to a loud sigh. I said thank you! Any complaints? She folds her arms and looks away. You were able to thank me. You are way too rude. That's not something I want to hear from you. Cheh, stop calling me you. It's Sayo. Sakuragi Sayo. Sayo-chan. Well, Sayo-chan, you quit calling me you too. I got it, Mayumi. That's fine, isn't it? Now you stop adding chan. I'm not a child. Thank you. It's kind of refreshing to be called Mayumi. Himeno, my parents, and everyone else seems to call me Mayu. But then, trying to have everyone call you by a nickname of your own choosing would also be weird. Still, is this alright? By saving me, your friend might die, Mayumi. What? You heard that? Somewhat. It doesn't matter. What will you do? Think of a way for her not to die. If it's not that I'm abandoning Himeno after all. You're too optimistic, even when you have no idea what will happen. At Sayo's blunt assertion, I look at her and shake my head. The answer is in what you just said. Even if something happens, it won't be out of place. Even if everything goes well, that won't be out of place either. You're nitpicking. Cheh, why did I have to be rescued by someone like you? Really, you're so rude. A laugh slips out in spite of my shock. The nervous tension that has stretched further and further over time feels as if it has finally loosened. Of course, that doesn't mean we can be careless. It's just that being able to talk to someone around my age in a safe place is giving me a sense of calm. It's scary how consistently cold she's been, but she seems to be lightening up now. Sayo's way of speaking shows that her feelings have surely been stressing her out since she came here. Can I trust you, Mayumi? Huh? What do you mean? This is my situation. I don't know who or what I can trust here. That's why I want to get confirmation from you. If I can believe you, no matter what happens, I'll give what you have to say precedence. If you hadn't come, Mayumi, I would have died. It's frustrating, but it's also proof that I can't handle this on my own. You act with the intent to return home. You have determination. Mine wasn't strong enough, but with your resolve, I think I can believe in you. Sayo looks at me with a serious expression. It's not an expression of hate. When I look into Sayo's eyes, I can see a determination even deeper than mine. I get it. Trust me, because I trust you. That's not enough. If we don't trust each other completely, we'll definitely falter. In response to Sayo's clipped word, I nod deeply. Okay, I promise. I know what she's trying to say, so I'm satisfied. So then, we're friends. That's a separate issue. Really? You aren't very sincere. I'm sure she's not satisfied, but the two of us have ended up in the same boat. A smile creeps onto my face, and I change the subject. Sayo has a sullen expression on her face. So I want to go ahead and talk to you about this. Sayo, why? How did you end up almost getting killed by Sagi Numa and Rieko? Kenji-san had said that she was the criminal who had killed the director. Sayo wasn't surprised when she heard that piece of information, so she must have already known. Still, I can't imagine what sort of exchange took place between them that led to something like that. Yeah, is this not a normal exchange where someone, bashes someone's face into an aquarium? Oh, that's actually literally the text that's right here in front of me. There was nothing normal about what happened there. She bashed Sayo's head so many times into that hard aquarium glass. I swear, I didn't look from there. Those were my own choice of words before I read that. It was a different fear than what I felt from Kenji-san went crazy. I want to understand what it was that could make someone show that side of themselves. You already know that. She's the criminal who killed Papa, right? Sayo was emphasizing this information, so I returned my gaze to her in response. If so, then this will go quicker. She, Sagi Numa and Mari, is already dead. She's dead? My voice seems to be twisted. It's so sudden, I can hardly believe it. Even though Sayo was able to touch her, I refuse to believe this information, since if she were a ghost, she wouldn't be able to be touched by anything. If to soothe the doubts that spring up in my moments of shock, Sayo continues in a warning tone. I don't know the principle behind it. However, within this red Manten Aquarium, Sagi Numa has continued to exist for the past 5 years since that incident. It's just... she can't exist anywhere but within this space. There are many facts to support that theory. First of all, her outer appearance hasn't changed at all in 5 years from the Sagi Numa and Mari in my memories. She isn't aging. She was an acquaintance? That shouldn't be surprising. I am the director's daughter, and she was an employee of the aquarium. We've spoken of before. Sayo dispassionately moves the conversation along. She was a little bewildered at first, but then she realized who I was. Even though over 5 years have passed since we met, something about her has transcended time. This is just speculation, but she won't leave here. Just as that Hiyoshi guy told you, it's not that one can't get out of here. Sagi Numa and Mari doesn't even seem to have considered leaving this place. Still, because there's no nourishment or anything here, one can't lead a life. It doesn't seem like someone can really continue to live in a place where bizarre phenomena occur for 5 years. That's to say nothing of the fact that she's so calm, even after losing her life. Speaking of which, when she appeared before Himeno and I, on the stage, she said she was looking for a child. She has some lingering attachment. You've probably heard of vengeful spirits. Sagi Numa and Mari is probably that sort of ghost. The child she is looking for is likely the one who witnessed her murdering the director 5 years ago. I draw in my breath with a gulp. Because it was in relation to the director, I had hoped the child in question was Sayo, but that was nothing more than wishful thinking. I have a feeling I know exactly who the child is. That must be... Mari! So Mari must also be like Sagi Numa and Mari then. Sayo blinks, then responds. She seems to be unable to decide whether she should tell me the truth or not. But contrary to Sayo's doubts, I have resolved myself to accept the truth. It's alright. I trust you, so I can accept it. Have you forgotten our promise? You talk too much. Brushing her bangs aside, Sayo's eyes stare intently into mine. The little girl you saw is already dead. The reason she looks the same is because her appearance is the same as when she died. Right. She was probably drawn to those of us still living and showed herself to us. We possess corporeal? I think so. Corporeal bodies, which are very rare here. The phenomena that take place in this version of Manten Aquarium must operate under the same principle. There is the fact that the orca and frogs directly attacked us and broke things to consider. Before Sayo can finish telling me everything, I tell her my own hunch. The spirits here in this Manten Aquarium are trying to pull us in too, but Mari was definitely different. Sagi Numa and Mari was as well. The human souls are maintaining their own will. I'm sure that's why they're different when it comes to the issue of trying to pull us in. Sayo continues with an "and then." When I spoke with Sagi Numa and Mari, I realized she was already dead, so I threw that fact back at her. She became frenzied after that, surely her desire to pursue and kill that child is all that remains within her, leaving out the realization that she is already dead. So in other words, she can't accept that she has passed away herself. Probably, but my words seem to have awakened some doubts in her mind. The next time we meet, she may be more in touch with her place as a resident of the world of the dead, or she may just try to drag me all the way in with her. If it were me, I'd probably see it the same way. Her own death was brought to her attention. Even if she denies it, that may have planted a larger seed. Without treating it as a dream in order to accept it, she may forget who she is altogether. If that's the case, one could probably empathize. Sagi Numa and Mari didn't just kill the director, but was cruel to Sayo. It's unforgivable for her to resort to violence just because she heard something she didn't like. If one can only come and go on the night of the full moon, then we don't have much time. Let's go. Go? Where? Ahead. Sayo-chan, you found the one who murdered your father. You've attained your goal. Is it really okay for you to not go home yet? I still don't have the truth. If I can meet up with people who have died here, then I can definitely see my father. Also, I want to end this world. If this world is supposedly created by malice, then I will help all of those souls cross over. Help all of the souls cross over. Guide the souls here to the heavens. All of them. In other words, I should say farewell to Mari. If Mari is already dead, then I at least want to say goodbye. It might be out of the way for you, Sayo, but will you come with me? It isn't out of the way. I get the feeling that everything is connected. If all of the phenomena disappear, then those things inside of your friend will probably disappear as well. Yeah, let's solve everything. Then the three of us, Himeno and you, Sayo, and I, leave this place. Without even nodding, Sayo stands up. Her stance is a firm one. I stand up and clench my fist. What's up ahead of here? If we'd taken the normal route, we would have ended up on the side with the tunnel tank, but this is the other side, so there's a path connecting to the staff passageway. Before that is my father's room, although by now, I'm sure someone else is using it. What Sayo is pointing at is the opposite side of the tank. It's in the direction of where I got lost after entering the staff door from the jellyfish booth. Even without taking the upper path, there seems to be an entrance and exit that you'd never notice if you didn't know about it. If we go that way, we should reach the director's office. If this world was created based on the aquarium of 5 years ago, then the director's office should be my father's room. Got it. If we don't go, we won't know. We don't know what will happen, so don't let your guard down. Right. With the door serving as a boundary, it's like a completely different world. We have no idea what dangers could be lurking within. However, not being alone gives me strength. I felt loneliness so many times over, but I haven't really been alone since I came to Manten Aquarium. Yoshi-san and Sayo have both saved me, and Himeno is supporting me from within my heart, so I definitely will not fall apart. My objective is clear, to reunite with Mari, and to say goodbye. I feel like I've accepted it as a fact, but I have no idea how I'll feel on actually seeing Mari's face. Even so, I keep telling myself that I cannot run away. Then we'll go get Himeno. Sayo was the one who said back at the stage that it is because we're in Manten Aquarium that the parasites are overrunning her body and weakening her. But like Sayo said before, if we erase this alternate universe, Himeno should also be cured. It's all starting to come together. Don't space out, let's go. It's alright, I was just thinking a bit. Even as I say that, I'm in denial. Just thinking won't change anything. right now, there's nothing to do but keep going. As I follow Sayo, we enter a narrow passageway. We are standing before the door of the director's office, not having encountered any particularly strange phenomena. Near the director's office is a reference room and a storeroom, but we decided not to investigate those places. We don't want to invite any unnecessary danger. The design on the imposing door seems very different from what I've seen in Manten Aquarium so far. Coming this far and having nothing happen feels a bit unnatural. Mulling it over will change nothing. On the other side of this door, something unimaginably horrible might happen. Don't let your guard down. I know that. I'm not going to get careless or anything. I see Sayo put her hand on the door, so I put my hand on it as well. Let's go. Using those words as a signal, we both put all our strength into opening the door at the same time. What the hell? What the hell? What's going on here? This is the third time now that or perhaps even more than that we've been into the director's office. But now it's like completely trashed and looks worn down. Those first words, said upon entering the dim room, echo in a hollow manner. Papa's room. Sayo's words are cut off here. I think it would be the most accurate to say that the room is ruined. The antique furniture in the room is not merely old, but in ruins. The deterioration of the floor and ceiling is visible, and the time frame of when it was destroyed also seems strange. I've seen Manten Aquarium in so many different circumstances, but this room seems to be the most distant time period. It's bizarre. As I take a step in, I kick up dust. While it's by no means a large room, it's so cloaked in darkness that I can't see to the center. Sayo's mouth becomes a straight line, and it seems that she doesn't mind the dust. She said this was her father's room. Seeing this room looking like ancient ruins, it's stranger to me that she isn't shaken. Sayo's serious expression seems to be pushing back her sadness and pain. Where's Papa? If he really is a vengeful spirit, then he should be here. Sayo's father, the murdered director, may have been the genesis of this Manten Aquarium's creation. This theory seems very likely. After all, it was written in a staff member's diary that the strange phenomena began immediately after the director's death. However, there is no reply. I step further inside, standing at Sayo's side. Look! On top of the desk, there's something there. It is a magnificent desk, but like those found in the studies of a rich people I've seen on TV. But the dark brown wood has lost its luster, and here and there are cracks that catch the eye. On that desk, Kya! What happened? What? A hand. On top of the desk is a hand. But it isn't just a hand. That hand connects to a wrist, which connects to an arm. And the body that it connects to is... No! Well, why? Before I know it, I've fallen to the ground. Hearing me shout, Sayo eyes me suspiciously. Sayo doesn't seem to have noticed what I'm looking at. Kenji-san, my right hand is shaking. My trembling fingertips point to the object on top of the desk. The fact that they won't stop shaking is not the problem. Just turning my head is easily enough to make me have to directly confront this phenomena. A corpse! Sayo steps in front of the lifeless body of Kenji-san that leans on the desk without moving, a thin voice slipping from her lips. No! Why? I've completely lost my ability to think, much less speak coherently. Seeing the flesh of the felled Kenji-san before my eyes, my thoughts seems to have left me. Why is he dead? The fact that I don't even consider whether he could be saved or not leads me to doubt myself. Kenji-san's flesh has lost its vitality. That it won't move again is a thought that I can't seem to accept. The silence of death. It reminds me of the quiet of a relative's body being before me at a funeral. Oh, no! In contrast to me having slid to the ground and shaking, Sayo moves closer to the body. She puts her hand on his back and then her ear close to his mouth. In my mind, I can't grasp what she's doing. I merely reject it. However, Sayo merely answers coldly. He's dead. No mistake about it. This is terrible! It's Kenji-san! Rather than screaming, we have to figure out how and why he died. If it was due to a phenomena, you and I might be pulled in as well. He's not bleeding, so it may have been poison. How? How can you be so calm, Sayo? I cover my face at this point. I don't want to face the truth of an acquaintance's death head on. As usual, Sayo continues with disinterest. This guy isn't an acquaintance of mine. Our objective is to get out of here with Himeno. I have no time to worry about mourning the death of someone I didn't know. My, I find that to be the most prudent decision. Sagi Numa Rieko. Clack clack, baby. I was waiting for her to show up. The preceding footsteps echo throughout the whole room. Why are you here? Are your injuries alright now, Sayo-chan? Shut up! Stay away! That manner of speaking is unappealing. The footsteps reach the side of the desk and stop. Stay away! Should I? After all, lifting my face to look at her, I see Sagi no Mariko and... Mari! Mari! Mari is next to Sagi no Mariko, a frightened expression on her face. On the other hand, Sagi no Mariko is smiling. The two of them are horribly mismatched. There's a cruelty to her, like someone forcing a shy child in front of a crowd of strangers. I propel my body into a standing position and take a step in Sagi no Mariko's direction. My feelings leading the charge, my legs become entangled and I topple over on the spot. Immediately after, something crashes into my shoulder. Sagi no Mariko is kicking at my shoulder with the pointed tip of her heel. Big sis. It's as if Mari's fear and the confusion resulting from my uncertainty about what I should do are mixing together. Having her look down at me after I lost my balance is making my vision swim. Oh, look at Mari. Oh, you needn't pity her. Oh my god, I can't even stand the fact that Rieko has her arm around her like, God, let go of her! Don't touch our pure, innocent little Mari. Please, let Mari go! I raise my voice, but Sagi no Mariko merely continues to smile. Oh, Mari-chan chose to be with me. Sagi no Mariko says that in that sticky tone of hers. Mari says nothing to refute this. She merely turns her unstable eyes my way. Mayumi, something's not right. Sayo reaches out a hand to pull me up. As I take her hand, Sayo pulls me up towards her with a jerk. We move away from the desk, with Kenji's body on top of it, and go almost diagonally across the room. Mari, if you're afraid, come over here. I turn to Mari and say, it isn't as if Sagi no Mariko is controlling Mari merely by putting her hand on her shoulder. I won't go. Mari! That lady! She's a bad person! Come here! I won't go! I won't go! Mari seems to be nothing short of terrified as her words grow stronger. Mari shakes her head and turns me down. What? Mari, no! How can she say that to us? Something's definitely not right. Sayo says this as she cuts in between us. Glaring at Sagi Numa and Rieko, she continues in a forceful tone. You! What did you do with Mayumi's little sister? Moreover, what's with this body? This room? You came here because you know. You need to use the proper tone when asking someone something, Sayo-chan. You know that, don't you? Shut up! Answer me! And you were such an earnest child when you were little. Whatever happened to you? Got a little rough around the edges after your father died, did you? What did you say? Sayo, calm down. This woman's also acting strange. Already being dead, this woman should be cut off from the flow of time. In spite of that, she seems to have obtained some growth. She's aware of the director's death. There's something inconsistent about Sagi Numa and Rieko. She's trying to make us mad. Don't let her drag you along. Now that Sayo's worked up, wow, this is actually the first time that, if I remember correctly, where Sayo is actually sort of angry or anything along those lines. I'm the one who's gotten calm. I grip Sayo's wrist and give a firm squeeze. I want her to know she isn't alone. What are you going to do to Mari? I came here to see her. I won't allow you to cause her harm. You won't allow me? Then what do you intend to do? There's two of us. We'll come at you with all we've got. Right now, Sayo is with me. As I say this, Sayo glances at me and nods in agreement. Oh my, how scary. But no need to worry. Since Mari-chan has chosen to be with me on her own free will, I have no intention of doing anything to her. Quite the contrary, actually. From here on out, you could say that Mari-chan will be doing the meddling here in Manten Aquarium. What do you mean by that? Sagi Numa and Rieko laughs with a sly hehehehe, and without even answering my question, she starts talking again. You too have experienced this room. No, this aquarium's puzzle. You too have also experienced the way this place changes once you go through a door. This is a world full of possibilities. It is a world that contains within the past, present, and future. Possibilities? I understand about the souvenir shop from the past and the old staff room. But the future... It wouldn't make sense for things like that, for things that haven't happened yet to take place here. That's not all. The phenomena that happened here are things that should never have been possible. The Fish of the World booth, with fish corpses scattered about. The jellyfish booth, where the glass suddenly shattered. Those are what one might call possibilities that shouldn't have happened. It's a construct decided on by humans that time only proceeds in one direction. I wonder if you can comprehend. That isn't the only truth. No matter how much we look at her with doubts in our eyes, she merely looks back with a wicked smile. This world, known as Manten Aquarium, is made up of the numerous souls of living things that perished along with the director. This story, you heard it from Kenji-san, didn't you? How did you... The form of energy we know as souls gives this place its shape. Though strictly speaking, they aren't living. Souls possess a fluidity and directionality that, to them, that makes the living thing the closest way to describe them. Do you understand? She seems to be toying with us and watching for our reactions. However, what she's saying seems to be the truth, so we listen intently. It's missing the exaggeration that would seem like a lie. After a pause, Sagi Numa and Rieko pats Mari on the head. Don't you dare touch her! Oh, I'm getting so mad right now. Fucking Rieko. Even when our eyes meet, Mari's expression doesn't change. Her mouth is shut tight. It's just that Mari's eyes seem to be rejecting me when I call out to her. Entities that have become spirits are not bound by time, demonstrating the possibility to pursue their own directionality. So in this world, those that tried to kill you did so to try and pull in your souls. Wait a minute. Wasn't this world created by my father's hatred for you? At the moment it was created, yes, the director's malice guided the souls of those creatures, and they created this place. But now, things are different. In trying to steal energy from the outside world to maintain this place, this world's directive has switched to maintenance. The souls now bear only a grudge and their curse, having changed into creatures that seek only this place's preservation. I suppose you understand what that means, don't you? Papa is... You mean Sakuragi Isao is no longer here? Not even his spirit? You've finally gotten skilled at making inferences, haven't you? But it's pitiful. Speaking in mathematical terms, it's not that your solution is insufficient, just that your calculations were off, so your answer is wrong. You're going in circles. Come on! For Sayo, it was a fact she had to hear. If the truth we arrived at doesn't exist, then he merely exists without the shell of an individual body. This Manten Aquarium is like a pool of souls that have lost their individuality. Then why are you here? There's no mistaking that you're Sagi Numa and Rieko, right? There are two reasons, you know, because I was guided here by you. She pats Mari's head. When Mari is touched by Sagi Numa and Rieko, she closes her eyes for a moment. There's definitely another side to this. As this thought crosses my mind, I wait for her to continue. And because of my hatred, I want to remain Sagi Numa and Rieko. I'm doing this of my own will, big sister. As time passes this way, Mari-chan will become one with us and will be sublimated into a general concept. Can you stand the thought of her becoming a mere idea? A concept? What exactly do you mean by that? What does that mean? I wonder. Since it's already a used up possibility, there's no need for you to know. Used up? What do you mean? It's toppled over there before you. A tool that person tried to use. You mean Kenji-san? He is Kenji-kun, but he is no longer Kenji-kun. He is merely the living flesh that Sakuragi Isao used in order to interact with the physical world. To make it easy to understand, shall we say he hijacked this body? What? Does that mean that Kenji all along was Sakuragi Isao? No. What? But in trying to forcibly pull away one of the souls, Kenji-kun's soul itself disappeared. Thanks to his disappearance, we were able to seize control of this world called Manten Aquarium. Ha ha ha! I'll have to thank him. My papa did? You just said something about losing one's individuality. He was both an individual and part of the world. He was an existence that was Sakuragi Isao, and that was Manten Aquarium. He apparently never understood it. Ha 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 ha. I thought he was a little more clever than that though. Sagi Numa and Rieko casts a sidelong glance in the direction of Kenji-san's body, then gives me a daring smile. I can barely understand anything she is saying. Individuals and the whole. I don't get it at all. It might be something living beings like us are unable to comprehend. It's just that. In all of that, there's one question that is beginning to come into focus. Did you kill Kenji-san? Haha. Are you saying you killed Papa twice? Ha 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 ha. That high-pitched laughter is growing gradually louder. Sayo knits her brows together and glares at Sagi Numa and Rieko. I do the same. The laughter echoing throughout the room serves as our confirmation. We still don't know how or why she's doing this. We also don't know her motive for doing so. But Sagi Numa and Rieko, she killed both Kenji-san and the director. Mari, you have to get away from this woman. She is a murderer. My throat kind of hurts, which is why I'm making this weird laughter, but I can't do a good woman or girlish laughter anyway, so yeah. I'm sorry, but we're just gonna have to deal with the ha 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 for now. What's so funny? I won't forgive you, leaving Kenji-san in that state, as you continue to laugh about it. Big sis. Well, maybe Mari-chan should laugh too. Please stop this. Mari, come over here. That woman. It's not good for you to stand by someone as bad as her. Sakuragi Isao, who used Kenji-kun's body, killed many people to preserve this world called Manten Aquarium. Are you saying it's bad to erase such evil? Oh my god, she is definitely saying that Papa, Sakuragi Isao, Sayo's father, whatever you want to call him, just used Kenji, was basically Kenji. So he was the one, it was Sakuragi Isao that lured all those girls here to, you know, to kill them, to preserve this Red Manten Aquarium, and just to take their life energy basically. So he lured myself, Mayumi, and Himeno here as well. And when, what? I don't even understand. How can he, if he sees his own, even if he's in the body as a disguise as another person, he pretends to be Kenji, of course, but if he sees his own daughter wounded on the ground and then he's like, yeah, I'm out of here, peace, I'm just leaving her behind, like, how can you do that? Holy shit, dude. Of course. Mayumi, that's enough. We don't have time to deal with her. Papa was this place's core. Having lost its core, this place should disappear. You need to say farewell to Mari, and we need to escape with that Himeno girl. But that's right. How about you finally realize the mistake you've made? Seeing Sayo pull on my arm, Sagi Numa and Rieko says this to grab our attention. Her expression unchanging. A wicked smile appears on her face. She said you're bad, Mari-chan. What are you? The one Kenji-kun, Sakuragi Isao, killed was Mari-chan. I don't believe that. No freaking way. Don't tell me Mari killed Kenji or Isao. Huh? Mayumi, don't be deceived. Sayo-chan. You've realized the cause of Kenji-san's death, haven't you? Since there are no external wounds, you figured that it might be poison. But did you really figure it out? There's no change to his lips, or eyeballs, or even his internal organs. There's no swelling or inflammation anywhere on him. Poison wouldn't be able to kill someone like that. Stop this! You listened to part of my story, then made a guess, didn't you? That's why you hurried me on. No, that's not it. The soul itself was obliterated. It was completely removed from this existence, known as Manten Aquarium. Hehehe, that's not something humans can handle, is it? But you're already dead. You've already become a ghost. Is that why you can drain away someone's life energy? It's possible for humans unified with the aquarium, isn't it? I was once the individual known as Sagi Numa and Rieko. Then Mari should be the same. She is not. My soul is a mixture of emotions. Hatred towards the director, anxiety over the fear of the aquarium disappearing, rage at being killed. All of them negative emotions. With all of these as examples, my grudge, like all of the souls in Manten Aquarium, is red in color. Mari-chan is different. This girl's soul is pure, same color as water. The true meaning of this is that she won't melt into the existence known as Manten Aquarium, although she is a part of the world known as Manten Aquarium. If you can become self-aware, you can take control of the power that is Manten Aquarium. It is a different concept from the start. It is no exaggeration to say that Mari-chan can cause any of the things that could possibly happen in this closed-off world. Oh my god. So that is what happened in the other one as well. Sort of. In this particular playthrough, because Sakuragi Isao and the core is basically gone from Manten Aquarium now, the only one that can take control of it at the moment is Mari-chan, just because of her pureness. And yeah, in the previous one, it just was that Mari-chan's pureness was stronger than Sakuragi Isao, and Sakuragi Isao wasn't able to get sublimated. So, which is why the reason that Mari-chan also took over from him, despite the core of the entire Manten Aquarium still being alive in that particular playthrough, whereas in this one he's just dead and it's easy for Mari to take over. But yeah, Mari taking over with her being on the side of Rieko can become a bad thing. Even though you say that, there's no way that Mari could kill or erase anybody. I told you, in order for you to return from this from this aquarium safely, you will have to end this world once and for all. To do that, you would have to remove the director's soul anyway. And if the Manten Aquarium, under Mari-chan's control, supplies itself with more bodies, she can meddle in the real world just as the director did. Just as I told you, you understand what that means, don't you? Mari can come back? Mayumi! But that's more bodies. It's not like those will just appear when she needs one. If Kenji-san was used as the director's tool, then that means people who are uninvolved in this will... If someone else is sacrificed, Mari can come back. I think about how I want to see Mari. I love Mari. But this is... Oh my god. What do we even do? I don't even freaking know. Of course that's no good. As a sister, I can't leave this as is. I don't even know what the fuck to do. So basically, what Sagi Numa and Rieko is trying to, like, she's obviously pinpointing our weakness and playing on that, which is the fact that, you know, Mayumi is the sister of Mari, and Mari is dead. Mayumi wants sort of Mari to come back alive, right? As a sister whose younger sister has died, of course, some part of you at least would want her to come back alive, especially if you sort of feel guilty about it. And she's trying to play on that by saying, oh, Mari can come back, so come join us, let us do our thing, and let us supply more souls to this current Manten Aquarium that Mari is trying to shape, and that way Mari can sort of come back into the real world as well. That's what Rieko is trying to play with towards us. But what do we even say to that? Like, it sounds so wrong and so selfish. Like, yeah, it's fine for other people to be sacrificed to die for our little sister to come back. Or, I don't even know. I mean, as a sister, part of you wants it. That's the thing, right? You're not never 100% sure of which choice you're gonna make anyway. Part of you really wants the other thing anyway. You're sort of torn in this decision. So I'm gonna leave it at this and think about it for a little while, because holy freaking crap. Oh my god. The good thing about it is that despite of which ending you get, you are after at least every single ending, you're still sort of, after my first ending that I played, there are a lot of questions. After I finished the second playthrough, there are still some questions remain. And now that we're playing through it, we're in our third playthrough, there's still so much information that we were missing, and it's just, we're finding so much more pieces of the puzzle, and a lot of things start to make sense to me, at least. I don't know if it makes a bit more sense to you guys, but holy crap, like, considering the fact that Kenji wasn't actually Kenji and actually was Sakuragi Sao, that kind of blew my mind, and this is kind of starting to blow my freaking mind right now as well, the fact that we can get Mari back. I'm not even sure if Rieko is actually telling the truth, you know, but the fact that she's toying with that possibility makes us question the fact whether we actually what we're gonna do. So yeah, we're gonna save that for the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.